Hello, hello, hello! Good day, everyone. I'm Shiro Tamaya, your resident Coyote Phantom Thief, at your service. And I am back with more Out of the Ocean. Last time, we met another girl with black hair, and her name is Misuzu. And we're totally not gay over her. Totally not. Absolutely very straight people here. But I left off before a choice, and it was because Misuzu wanted to come to the inn, but then, of course, we have, Noreen still in our bathtub, who wants to chat with us. So, we gotta make a choice. I don't know if, honestly, it'll change the outcome of what happens, but I don't know, we'll see. But hello Stolf, hello Fresh, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome, hope you're doing well. And yes, I tried to do something with Sponsa because the alerts aren't working. So I decided, okay, I'll try the YouTube bot. So, oh, it worked! Success! There's our test, and it worked perfectly. Thank you so much, Fresh, for the dono towards the XLR mic. Arigato. But yeah, okay, so those will pop up in chat now, which is nice because it gives me something I can look at. It doesn't make noise, but I'll notice it for sure. But yeah, and I'll also know what item it is towards as well, which is nice. But yes, I did put cheeky little 3DO microphone as the sponsor thing. It's they're a lot of money. They are a lot of money. So absolutely no pressure to donate towards that, but future, maybe far in the future, ASMR streams. But anyways, if I had the money, I would want so much to fund everything instantly. Please don't spend your life savings on this. Wait, how much is it? It's the total? It's like... I included shipping in this. Hold on, let me... Because I have Sponsor open right now. I wanted to have it open just in case it didn't work. It's like 667.19. Yeah, I know. I'm not even going to comment on it because I know what I have said. It's 600 what? Yes. It's an expensive goddamn mic. Yes, the stupid number. Yeah, and Stolf, I know you implemented that soundbite as a soundboard thing on Shirocord. Fuck you for that. I'm not gonna delete it because honestly there's nothing on the soundboard right now, so might as well have something, even if it is my own suffering. But anyways, without further ado, let's get right back into this. Okay. Okay. I think we're just dictating Asuka's train of thought. I feel bad for Noreen. Honestly, we leave her in a bathtub for hours, then we say, actually, we have to go to school now. You're gonna be here for another, like, 7 hours here. I feel bad. Should I cancel? We just made them, but should I cancel? And it's from this exact game too. Yeah, it is. ってなんだよ。おい。Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll ponder this. I could always tell Mizuzu that something urgent has come up, that I'll have to invite her around some other time. But that would feel pretty scummy since I'm the one who invited her over in the first place. I don't want to upset her. It wouldn't be fair. I feel pretty bad for Noreen though. I'll have to try and make it up to her later. Shut up, when are we playing Fortnite as Suisei? I don't even have Fortnite. I think I played once on my Switch and that is it. And then I stopped playing. I have... And besides, I'd have to buy, or well, no, Fortnite's free. I have to get Fortnite, install Fortnite with my limited space on my computer, learn how to play it again, also buy a fucking skin. I don't think I want to shill money out first day of me buying a game or getting a game. I still can't believe that's real though. I can't believe that game has been a thing for like 10 years now. Yeah, I know. Honestly, I'm surprised too. I actually thought the entire Suisei and Fortnite and the Lego thing with Suisei were fake until they weren't. And then I was like, oh, this is real. This is happening right now. Oh my god. The world or something. I mean, good for Suisei, honestly, but it's still slightly jarring to me. I hope you won't be too upset. Alright. I have to remember what voice I gave everyone again. I'm pretty sure, yeah, she had a low voice. Low soft. I've explained the situation to my mother. Well, I actually told her that I was going to study with one of my friends, and she was alright with it, provided I come home before dinner. That should give me an hour or so to look around the inn. If that is alright? It's all fine and dandy. I'm the one who invited you, remember? Now, let's go. Yes, indeed. I'm very excited. Aw, how cute. Asuka, perfect example of being straight. I get to my feet, as does Mizuzu. We both exit the classroom, our footfalls light on the ground. As we walk, our skirts swishing. Mizuzu looks at me curiously. By the way, Asuka. Yes? What is it? Do you not need to text your aunt and inform her of my visit? Well, I would if I could. But I kind of forgot to bring my phone to school with me. But it's your first day at school, and you've only been living in Onomorishima for a week. Aren't you worried about getting lost? Not really. I've looked around the island a bit, and it's not all that big. Though I didn't mean to forget my phone. It kind of slipped my mind. I'm a bit of an airhead. I see. Well, it's fortunate that you have me to remind you about these things in the future. Will you? If you need me to, yes. My own schedule is rather busy, so I am good at managing my time. Wow, that's kind of impressive. Is it really? Mizuzu's brow creases. I imagine you must have had quite the hectic schedule yourself since you lived in Tokyo. Kind of, I guess. I didn't have to wake up pretty early to catch the train to I did have to wake up pretty early to catch the train to school, but I didn't need to pay much attention when I was in class. No? Nah, I mean, there were almost 2,000 students at my old school, and almost 40 kids in my class. The teachers never noticed if I forgot to bring my pencil case or my textbooks. Which happened quite a lot, actually. Ah, yes. She's effing stupid, let's go. we support one brain cell to people. Kind of. 2,000? Misuzu's eyes widened to comic proportions. Goodness, not so many. That must have been overwhelming. Not even Okubo Academy has that many students, and it's the biggest school on the whole island. It was a bit intimidating, I guess. But I got used to it. Tokyo's a big city after all. It's full of people in general. You'd expect the schools to be big, to be busy too. I suppose so. Tokyo really does sound incredible though. It must be very different to Omorishima. It sounds like its own world. It does feel like that, yeah. Coming here must have been such a shock. Were you very surprised by how laid back life is here? A little, yeah. I was worried about fitting in, actually. But it hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. No? I shake my head. I was afraid I'd stand out too much, and I wouldn't be able to make any friends. But it's been alright. I mean... I met you, I was able to make a... Wait, what's the difference between these two? I mean, I guess one is slightly return. Hey y'all, it's my birthday! Hello TJ, thank you so much for stopping by, and happy birthday! Hold on. I'm gonna pause the audio for a second. Let me... I will sing you happy birthday because I think it's fun. And I like singing that song, honestly. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear TJ. Happy birthday to you. Yay! I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. I turned 25 today. That's awesome. Yeah, no, if it's any of your... Wow, so ancient. That's not that old. Alrighty. Let me make a choice. I don't know. I feel like this feels very inconsequential, but I was able to make a friend today.
I'm glad I was able to make at least one friend today.
Well, of course. Misuzu replies with a sunny smile. I consider myself very fortunate to be your friend. I think you are a lovely girl, Asuka.
Lovely, am I? I don't know if anybody's called me that before, but I'll gladly take that compliment.
As you should. That felt like the most inconsequential choice of my life. The pair of us descend the stairs to the ground floor, then exit the school building. It's still bright and the butter yellow sun shines on the tops of our heads. The wind tugs at my hair and the hem of my skirt. When I inhale, I can smell salt. The ocean's a 10-minute walk or so away, but I guess when you live by the coast, you're never free from the lingering scent of the ocean air. It's everywhere. Misuzu and I head on over to the ocean, the soles of our school shoes slapping rhythmically against the ground. We chatter as we walk about various subjects, mostly my life in Tokyo and my old school and how long it took me to commute. Misuzu seems surprised that taking a train to and from school costs so much money, and that it took over half an hour each way. She only has to walk 10 minutes to school, so she can sleep in if she wants. I guess my life was a little more hectic compared to how slow and sleepy it is here in Omorishima. It's going to take quite a bit of getting used to, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure if I was all that happy living in Tokyo. I felt like I was in a constant hurry, that I had to rush to get anywhere. Also, I didn't notice this, but there's bunnies in the background. Ah, very cute. I was doing my best, but it was all I could do to keep my head above the water. I spent so much time commuting to and from school, it felt like I was in a constant blur. My commute was always crowded, the trains packed with people, but when I got home it was empty, and more often than not, both my parents busy with work. My life in Tokyo was one of two extremes, of being surrounded by strangers on a near constant basis, while feeling sad and lonely as I drifted about at home. I think things will be a bit more balanced now that I'm in Omorishima though. For one thing, I won't be returning to an empty home. Aunt Shoko will be there to greet me, and so will Noreen. I wonder how she's been getting along in my absence. Will she be alright? Has our aunt discovered our secret yet? Who knows when she'll discover that secret, because I mean, I don't think we can keep that secret for long. I hope she enjoyed the romance manga I loaned her, though I'm a little worried she might have gotten them wet. Yeah, we didn't really think about that before we left, huh? I gave her one of my favorite series, so it'd be a shame if she damaged it. These thoughts play about in my head as I walk back with Misuzu, tackling the steep incline which leads to the Sakura-so Inn. The hill isn't so tough to navigate when I'm going downhill in the mornings, but coming back home is another matter. This uphill trek is pretty draining. Oh well, we should be back soon enough. We arrive at the inn about 5 minutes later, Misuzu looking none the worse for wear. She's almost perfectly pristine, like a doll still sealed inside a box, not a single strand of hair out of place. I just wish I could say the same for myself. I'm in an embarrassingly poor shape. Misuzu must be concerned about me because she's paying more attention to my face than she is her grandparents' beloved inn. Are you alright, Asuka? You look out of breath.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'm not really used to all this walking, and I'm especially not used to walking uphill. I guess I'm out of shape. If I was ever in shape at all.
Ah, yes, you did mention. I don't suppose you needed to walk in Tokyo if you always took the train. It sounds quite convenient, but I suppose issues will arise if you rely too much on public transportation.
And don't I know it?
I feel like I've just been hit by a truck, which then went to the effort of reversing over my crumpled, broken body. Aoi says, yes, the Aoi says. You still need to walk to the stations and stuff, yeah. But I mean, it wouldn't be hilly, though. That's the one thing.
I didn't know I was such a weakling.
It's a bit worry that you're panting so heavily, yes. But not to worry. You'll have to manage this uphill walk every day, so I'm sure you'll get used to it eventually. I'm not too sure about that myself, not when that little climb has practically incapacitated me. It's a wonder how It's a wonder I was able to haul Noreen up here last night, since I had severe difficulty simply dragging my own sorry carcass up that hill earlier. Maybe I got some super special strength buff when it comes into play solely when I see sirens lying on the shore. I'm not sure, but I won't question it. Asuka workout art. She just needs to train with Marina-san to get abs like her. I think Misuzu's being a bit too optimistic, but I still appreciate it.
Thanks, Mizuzu. You really are kind. Don't mention it. You're the truly kind one, inviting me back here. I feel like you've done me a big favor already, so, Do you want me to fetch you something to drink? It might help. Oh, no, you're a guest. I couldn't ask you to do that. It wouldn't seem right. I might be a guest, yes, but I've been here numerous times in the past. I know the layout of this place well, unless your aunt changed it a lot during the last few months. Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that. I've only been here for a week myself. Well, I suppose I can always find out. I know where the kitchen is, or where it used to be. And even if your aunt has moved things around, it would be a good opportunity to see that with my own eyes. If you wait here, I'll fetch you a drink, so just...
Give me a moment. That's probably what Misuzu means to say, but she doesn't get a chance to finish. What? Oh. That's because Aunt Shoko herself bears down upon us, her eyes narrowed. Did we get found out? Okay. Asuka. I thought she'd be in the kitchen right about now, preparing dinner, but maybe it's still too early for that. She's not wearing an apron, but she does look faintly frazzled. There you are. I've been waiting for you. I tried calling you, but you didn't pick up. You must have forgotten your phone, you silly girl.
Oh, hello to you, Aunt Shoko. Aren't you going to ask me about my first day of school?
I was going to ask you about your first day of school, but something came up.
Something?
Oh god. Oh no. Yes, something. It's a very important something too. We need to have a talk, young lady. A talk? That sounds pretty serious. I didn't do anything wrong, did I? Except smuggle a mermaid into our bathroom? How could I though? When would I even find the time? I was at school all day. I don't think I've done anything to earn my aunt's ire unless... No way. My aunt didn't find Noreen, did she? A close encounter with a fairy tale creature would definitely explain why my aunt looks so shocked. If that is what happened, then we do need to have a talk. But isn't my aunt forgetting something?
Hey, I wouldn't mind talking to you, but I brought a friend over from school. Can't we postpone this until a little later?
A friend? My aunt blinks. Then she diverts her attention towards Misuzu, who is hanging behind me shyly. I guess my aunt was so caught up, she failed to pay her any attention. Oh, my, I see. Ahem. Hello, dear. My apologies for not greeting you earlier. I was a bit preoccupied. I'm Asuka's aunt. Kuonji Shoko. What is your name?
Oh, I'm Jirogane Mizuzu. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too, Asuka. You too. Asuka says that you're a friend of hers.
Yes, that's right. Or, I would like it to be right. It might be a bit impetuous of me to call myself Asuka's friend,
Wow, I cannot speak.
Given we have only known one another for a day, but I would very much like to get to know her better. That is why I asked whether I could go home with her. But it would appear that she has done something wrong?
Ah, yes. Well, my aunt looks a bit taken aback by Misuzu's polished mannerisms. I doubt many teenage girls talk quite like she does in this day and age. Her polite style of speaking also caught me by surprise when I first met her, but she's being even more formal with my aunt. She's talking like some kind of old-fashioned retainer. I think this goes beyond simply being a well-bred young lady. She must have read a lot of classical novels. That, or she's really into samurai movies. Oh my god. I am very glad that my Asuka has already made a friend, and one as well behaved as you, Misuzu. It's very nice of you to walk her back home. But I'm afraid you've come here at a bad time. I have private matters I need to discuss with my niece, you see. Oh dear, that's unfortunate. I hate to be a nuisance. Under other circumstances, naturally, I would take heed of your wishes and depart. But I fear I cannot do that. What? Is something the matter? Yes, I'm afraid something is. This inn used to belong to my grandparents. I have been here many times as a child, and this place is full of sentimental memories for me. I have not been able to return here, however, since my grandmother moved out almost 2 years ago. I have wanted to come back here dearly for quite some time. So when Asuka said that she was living here now, I could not contain my curiosity. I really wonder if it's even the funny mermaid. Even what they want to talk about, though. What if it's just a fake out or something? Who knows at this point? It could be a fake out. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But at the same time, it's like, dude, how long do you think we can keep a mermaid a secret in our bathroom? While I escorted Asuka home, in part because I wished to be her friend, I cannot deny that my own earnest desire to see what has become of my grandparents' home played a part in my decision. Now that I am finally here, I do not wish to go back, no matter what sort of mischief Asuka might have found herself embroiled in. If that does not sound too presumptuous of me? If you wish to scold Asuka for some misdemeanor or another, I can always wait on the veranda. I do not mind if you wish to have a private word, only please, do not send me back home, when I have wanted to return here for so very long. My aunt frowns. She looks taken aback anew by Misuzu's determination, and so am I. I knew this place was important to her, but I didn't know it meant this much to her. Misuzu's sincerity must have gotten through to my aunt, because after a moment of consideration, her expression softens. Very well, I can't send you away now, not when this place means so much to you. I wouldn't like to tell you how to behave whilst on property that your grandparents used to own. But there really is something I must discuss with Asuka. It pertains to the future of running this inn. And it is rather important. To the running of the inn? Misuzu frowns. My apologies, Miss Kuonji, but if there's some issue regarding the inn, then I would very much like to know what it is. I cannot overstate how important the Sakura-so is to me. Very well. If you truly wish to know what the matter is, then I suppose I can show you. Show me? Oh god. Show? That is a bad thing. Yes, indeed. This affair is a delicate one. Simply talking about it won't be enough. It's so unbelievable, I'm starting to doubt what I saw myself, and I witnessed it with my own 2 eyes. It's beyond the boundaries of all common sense. But it definitely happened, I know it did. And I need you to come clean about this, Asuka. I imagine you know more about this than I do. Urgh. I had a sneaking suspicion, but this about cinches it. My aunt must be talking about Noreen. I can't imagine anything else which would be cause of her to look so dumbfounded, unless she somehow managed to find my BL manga I keep stashed beneath my bed. Secret Fujoshi. Confessions of a Rotten Girl suddenly starts blasting in the hallways. Oh god. Of course she has BL manga under her bed. I don't think my taste in elegant, gentle, sensitive men from the Heian era would be enough to make my aunt question her own eyes, though. None of the BL stuff I own is that wild. It's all decently 15 rated, though some of it might be a little spicy, I guess. How BL manga is more surprising than a freaking mermaid. I don't think any of my tastes are inappropriate, though. I'm not a lewd girl. Really, I'm not. What a lewd person would say. Joking. Now, follow me. There's something I need to discuss with you, and I'd rather not do it in the hallway. My aunt turns on her heels, then walks away. She pads down the hallway in her slippers, the wooden floor creaking beneath her. I hang back for a few minutes, feeling conflicted, before, with a sigh, I set off after Aunt Shoko. I still have a few lingering doubts as to whether she really wants to talk about Noreen, but I know the layout of the inn. I can tell where my aunt's going. She passes my bedroom, I guess my illicit manga is safe for now, and makes a beeline for the bathroom. My aunt pauses by the entrance to the public bath, while Misuzu frowns. Insert that meme about spaghetti getting wet. Oh my god. Oh god. Is there something wrong with the bathroom, Miss Kuonji? I'm unsure if there is something wrong with it per se, but there is somebody here who shouldn't be. Somebody? Yes, indeed. As much of it as it pains me to admit this, it would appear my niece has taken in a vagabond. She's not a vagabond, she's a mermaid. Just look for yourself. My aunt slides the door open and the three of us step inside. We enter the changing area first, then into the bath. The large room comes into view with the sunken tub and the tiled floor. The walls and floor are slick with moisture, and inside the tub... happy upbeat music while my aunt's just like, excuse the fuck. Oh. There's Noreen. She was leaning against the lip of the tub, a volume of manga in hand, but she sets it aside when the door opens. She glances over to the door where I stand alongside my aunt and Misuzu. Then she waves at me with a bright smile. Hello, Asuka. Welcome home. I've been waiting for you. I've been looking forward to hearing about your day at school. I want to know all about it. But I have a lot I want to tell you too. My day was also pretty interesting. Isn't that right, Miss Asuka's aunt? God. Yes, indeed. My aunt replies with a small bow of her head, her lips pursed in a look of... is that disapproval? My day was rather interesting too, all thanks to you. What? Really? I'm so glad! Noreen. Oh no. If I could brighten up your day just a little bit, then I'll consider that a win. But before that... Noreen looks away from my aunt, whose expression is blankly perturbed, then towards Misuzu. She offers Misuzu another wave and says, in that same upbeat voice as before, hello there. Oh god, my voice just cracked. Hello there. I have not seen you before. Are you another relative of Asuka's or... No. You're wearing the same outfit she is, so... Does that mean you go to the same school she does? That's right. Aha! I knew it! I've never been to a school before, but Asuka told me a little about it last night. She said you all wear a uniform, and you all study together in a big building. Is that how it works? Yes, I suppose that is an accurate descriptor of what a school is.
I knew it. I'm not just a pretty face. I really was paying attention. And if you and Asuka go to the same school, does that make you school friends? Well, we have not known one another for very long, but I would like to think that we are friends, yes. Really? Oh, I'm so happy for you, Asuka. I'm glad things have worked out so well for you. You really must be close to this girl. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again? I didn't get a chance yet. I'm Misuzu. Misuzu, then. That's a lovely name. It's a pleasure to meet you. Any friend of Asuka's a friend of mine. Goodness, though, you really are pretty. You could even give the royal princess a run for her barnacles. Thank you, I think. I'm going to presume that's a compliment, but... Asuka, I apologize if this sounds rude, but who is this girl? I like how calm everyone is about this, surprisingly. You love coming home for a big family talk after promising to only be away for 6 maybe. Stop. Jesus. Yes, indeed. That's what I want to know. Who is she? What? Do you really need to ask that? You should know who I am. I already introduced myself to you, Miss Asuka's aunt. My name's Nareen, and I come from the Great Undersea Kingdom. I know that's what you said, but I am having a difficult time wrapping my head around this. I'd hoped that you might be able to shed some light on this curious situation, Asuka. How in the world did you meet this girl, and how did she end up in our bathtub? Well now, those are all good questions. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My nose always starts running every time I do visual novels, I swear. It's like all the talking just makes my face heat up. How am I going to answer them? My parents raised me to always tell the truth, but I don't think the truth would be much more believable than a lie in this case. How can I explain Nareen's existence when it's so blatantly inexplicable? Well, first I should try to gather some intel. Have you already talked to Nareen, Aunt Choco? A little. I wasn't afforded much of an opportunity to do this, however, when you came back home from school. I've only been aware of her presence for 15 minutes, though I think you've known her for longer than that. Well, we have talked a little, yeah. Oh, I think you have talked more than a little. Thanks. I interrogated, asked our visitor a few questions, and she said that you are her that you were her friends. That you and her were friends. Apparently, you are the one who extended her an invitation to stay beneath our roof, and in our bathtub, no less. Is that really true? Well... Crap, my aunt does not look happy about this. I wonder if there's any way I can get out of this without looking too guilty. Friends is a strong word. I just wanted to help her out. Saying friends is a strong word sounds so cruel. No, I just wanted to help her out, man. I haven't known Nareen for all that long, but she seems nice. I wanted to help her out, since I saw her on the beach. So I guess we're friends, in a sense. It's not like I planned any of this, though.
What? Mizuzu, why are you looking at me accusingly?
That sounds like your friends to me. I thought you told me I was your first friend you made here.
Oh no, she's upset. Oh god.
Are you telling me that you actually met Noreen before you met me? Well, it's a bit of a long story, but last night I couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk along the beach to clear my head.
Last night? Aunt Shoko frowns. When was this? It wasn't after dinner, was it?
Yeah, I think you'd already gone to bed. I don't remember the exact time, but it was kinda late.
That would explain why I didn't hear anything then. You shouldn't have been creeping off by yourself, though. Not so late at night. This island is relatively safe, and it has a low crime rate, but accidents can still happen. Shiro get a crumb of Yuri, then their nose bleeds. Oh my god. Crazy how she's more disappointed about not being Asuka's first friend than she is shocked about the fact there's a freaking mermaid. Yeah, I know. This is actually... I love how they're just taking this so well. Unless they're seeing something different from me. What would you have done if you slept while walking down the cliff in the dark and hurt yourself? Knowing you, I imagine you forgot to take your phone with you last night, didn't you?
Oh,
Did I have my phone with me last night? I can't remember. But since I keep losing my phone in weird places, my aunt even found it in the fridge a few days ago. She's probably right. The fridge? What were you doing?
I probably didn't have it with me, no.
That's what I thought, honestly. What were you thinking, Asuka? You could have gotten into an awful accident. Aunt Shoko, how are you... There's a bigger elephant in the room here. When I think about how much danger you could have gotten yourself involved in, I feel faint. My aunt shudders, then shakes her head. I suppose I should consider myself lucky you didn't take a nasty spill. What would Kikuko have said then?
You don't have to worry about what my mother would have said, because that didn't happen. I'm just fine, as you can see.
Maybe so, but you've still not answered my question. Who is this girl? Where did you meet her? Why are you not surprised that she's a fucking mermaid? Okay, thank you for addressing the elephant in the room, Mizuzu. That, or I wonder if mermaids are like a far more common thing on this. I don't think they are.
I'd like to know that too. I've lived in Omorishima all my life, and I've never met anybody like her before. I mean, she has a tail. Is that really so strange? Everybody has tails where I'm from. It's totally normal. Maybe it is to you, but it's most certainly not for us. Is your tail even real? Well, it was the last time I checked. It's pretty powerful too. I can use it to swim some really long distances. I would offer to show you, but I'd rather not go in the ocean again if I can help it. I'd be better off if I kept my distance from the beach for now.
Is that where you met this girl then, Asuka? The beach?
That's right. She was washed up on the shore. I thought about carrying her back into the ocean, but she told me not to. She said she couldn't go back to the sea, though she didn't tell me why. She was a little vague about it, but I couldn't leave her there. I didn't know what else to do, so...
So you thought our bathtub would be the best option?
Well, yeah, it is pretty big. You could fit 10 people in here. If there's any better place for a mermaid, I'd like to hear it.
Well, I never. I mean, you know what? Fair... I mean, you could try taking the tail off. That's certainly an option. I don't think you can. I'm still not entirely sure if I believe this girl is a mermaid, no matter how convincing her tale might be. If it wasn't so very elaborate, I'd sooner believe that this is a practical joke.
I thought that too, but I'm pretty sure Noreen's tail is the real deal. I felt her tail and it's scaly.
So, that was enough to win you over, was it? Goodness me. I'm not sure what to think. I had no idea that mermaids exist. But if this young woman truly is a mermaid, I would think the ocean would be a better place for her than our bathtub. It would be much less restrictive, for one thing. Try taking the tail off sounds like a prompt for a... Oh god.
Oh no, please don't take me back there. I couldn't stand it.
Is that so? Noreen nods vigorously, scattering a few droplets of water in her wake.
It's like Asuka says. I really can't go back to the ocean. You might think it'd be less restrictive than this bathtub, but I had no freedom down there. That's why I had to escape. I'd rather spend the rest of my days in this tub than I would in the ocean. This is much, much better.
Well, I never. This has been an awful lot to swallow, and it is getting rather complicated. I really must wonder at your circumstances if this truly seems like a preferable fate.
My circumstances were grim. I'd rather not go into them now, if you don't mind too much.
I see. I have more than a few questions I'd like to ask you. But if you won't or can't answer them, then I suppose I shouldn't pry. Would you really be alright living in our bathtub, though?
Oh yes, it would be a great privilege. I've always been interested in the human world. I'd love to have a chance to experience what it's like above the water. And I promise I won't be a burden. I'll keep out of your way, I promise.
You might not have much of a choice there if you're stuck in that bathtub. I don't know much about the anatomy of mermaids, but I presume your tail would prevent you from roaming the house at will.
Oh, you must think that, but I'm not completely helpless on land. There's a lot more I can do than meets the eye. I bet I could even help you with your chores in exchange for bed and board.
Could you now? My aunt looks at Noreen dubiously. I suppose it would be helpful having an assistant to keep this place tidy. I'm so busy overseeing the reservations that I don't have much time for the household chores. I fear I have rather been letting the dishes pile up in the sink, and the hallway could use a good dusting. But would you really be able to manage all that? Can you grow feet?
Oh yes, I'm sure I could.
Could she? Noreen sounds pretty confident, but I have more than a few doubts. She doesn't mean to drag herself through the hallway by the forearms, does she? That sounds like something from a horror movie. I'm all set to veto this idea, no matter how much Noreen wants to help when...
Just take a look at this!
Noreen's tail begins to glow. It looks like a whole host of fireflies has settled down on her scales. It's a pretty sight.
What in the...
Well, I never. How many times have you said this? I think this is like the 4th time. Aunt Shoko is just broken on repeat. But it's also undeniably peculiar. I thought her having a tail would be the most perplexing part about Noreen, but...
What do you think? This form is pretty handy, wouldn't you say?
Her not having a tail is even stranger. Her tail has since stopped shining. It couldn't shine even if it wanted to, owing to one crucial fact, namely, that she doesn't have a tail at all anymore. It's slowly turning into a catchphrase, oh god. It's like me playing Persona and it's just like, for real? She has legs now, just like an ordinary person. 2 slender legs which end in 2 bare feet with 5 toes on each one. Her legs are obscured by the water, but they look totally normal enough, despite the distortion. They're a pale peach color just like the rest of her skin, and they look supple, as slender as a ballet dancer's. They're a pretty nice pair of legs as far as legs go. Asuka, what are you doing? Oh my god, she's gonna be naked down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Not that I spent a lot of time marveling at other women's legs, of course. Asuka, you're just making yourself look more sus here. It's not like I mean to stare.
How the hell did you do that?
But in this case, I can't help it. And I'm not the only one. Shoko and Misuzu are staring too.
Oh?
Noreen looks between us, her expression bemused.
Didn't you know I could transform like this? Of course I didn't! If I had known, I wouldn't have given you a piggyback ride all the way up the hill last night. I would have asked you to use your own freaking legs and walk. In fact, that's a good point. Why didn't you use your own legs to walk? Why, you ask?
Noreen smiles bashfully. At least, I think she smiles bashfully. It's hard to get a read on her expression, but I think she should be bashful. Then says,
mermaids can walk on dry land just like humans, but it requires quite a lot of energy. I was pretty tired yesterday since I'd swum so far to get to the shore, so I didn't have enough strength to transform. It's not something I can really do for a long time. I figured it wouldn't be much help to you, though, if I was stuck in a bathtub all day eating your food and doing very little to help. That doesn't sound like a fair trade to me. I want to try and pull my weight, if you don't mind having me here, so please.
Noreen presses her hands against her thighs, then dips her head into a deep bow. I didn't know this was a common practice in King Triton's underwater kingdom, though bowing was a quintessentially Japanese thing. Unless Noreen's copying my earlier interaction with my aunts.
Would you let me stay here just a bit longer? There's nowhere else I can go. If you sent me back to the sea now, it'd be like signing my death warrants.
Her death warrant? That's kind of extreme. Oh god. I wonder if some other characters are also secretly mermaids. Now that we've established they can do this, look suspiciously at Mania. Who knows at this point? Noreen was very firm about not being sent back into the ocean when I found her last night, washed up on the shore, but she didn't give any concrete details. She must be running away from something, but what? Was she involved in some sort of underwater gang? Is she a member of the mermaid Yakuza? If she gets caught, will her tail be chopped into pieces? Will she be turned into mermaid sashimi? I don't know the details, and it doesn't look like Noreen wants to share them. She doesn't look like a dangerous person, though. I'd like to believe that Noreen's acting in good faith, and it looks like my Aunt Shoko shares my opinion. She might be in a bad mood, but I think that's mostly because I've been keeping the truth about Noreen from her. In actuality, she's a total softie. I don't think she'll be able to resist Noreen's pleas for too long, and sure enough... Well, this is rather out of the blue. I do wish you'd told me about this yesterday, Asuka, when you first ran into this. I don't think you would have quite believed me at first, but you can't deny it.
Noreen, did you say your name was? That's right. Noreen, then. That's quite a pretty name. Thank you. My parents have good taste. Or I thought they did. At least until everything happened. My aunt presses her lips together, then says, I can't claim to understand your circumstances, but I do sympathize with them. You must have been in quite the predicament if you felt compelled to leave your home like that. I remember that too. I had arguments with my parents when I was your age. I tried to run away from home a few times myself.
Did she? I had no idea my aunt was such a rebel. So, maybe it would be remiss of me to scold you for that. I don't know why you came here after all. You're still a stranger, really. There are all sorts of problems with letting you stay here. It isn't a decision I can make lightly. Yeah, I thought my aunt might say that. She's not wrong either. Letting a whole other person stay the night is a big commitment, especially when there's such a strange stranger. There's nothing normal at all about Noreen's tale, but my aunt's doing a pretty good job at taking this in her stride. Is my aunt actually kind of a badass? She did say she tried to run away from home, and I think she was in a couple of bands when she was younger, too. I've seen a few old photos of her dressed in leather. Oh, wow. Damn. All of this family and in-lore, oh boy. Yeah, we're getting a lot of lore drops today. But we have plenty of space here, as you can see. There are more than enough spare rooms for you, should you require one. Though, I imagine you would rather sleep in the bathtub.
That'd probably be for the best. I've never gone to sleep with legs before. I don't think I'd be able to keep them for the whole night. I'm sure I'd turn back into my mermaid form, and then my poor tail would dry out.
Yes, that does sound like it would be rather distressing. I'd rather not have any guests in this inn dry out, as you said, overnight. So if you promise to behave yourself, I suppose you can stay here, for the time being at least.
Oh!
Noreen gasps. She stares at my aunt wide-eyed, her fingers clasped at her front, as if she can hardly believe what she's just heard. A moment passes. 2. Then with a bright smile, Noreen dives forward. She pulls my aunt into a hug, which must be pretty damp, and says,
Thank you, Miss Asuka's aunt. Aunt, thank you so much. You really are a wonderful woman.
It is quite all right. I'm not so very unreasonable that I'd throw a young girl like you out onto the streets, especially when your circumstances are so complicated. As an adult, it ought to be my job to look after you. And speaking of which, there's something we need to take care of if you are to stay here for an extended period of time.
Take care of?
Noreen draws away from my aunt, leaving a damp patch on the front of her shirt, and looks at her curiously.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I figured. Auntie in leather, oh my god. Stolf. Well, I do not wish to be indelicate, but I think you need to wear some clothes, young lady. You'll catch a cold otherwise.
What?
Noreen looks down at her bare legs. She blinks. Then, not looking even a little embarrassed, she says,
Oh yes, you're right. Silly me.
Of course, she's unfazed. A little while later. Hey, Misazu, how do you feel about all of this right now? Oh, she's out. Oh my god, look at her hair. She's so cute.
All right, everybody. Dinner is served. I hope you're hungry because I made a whole lot of it. Please feel free to ask for seconds. There's plenty to go around.
Noreen smiles blithely as she sits opposite me at the dinner table. Why are there bubbles coming from down? I think it's just the shirt. She does look very different with the hair, I will say. God, her eyes are so blue. Holy shit. That's like sapphire blue. Like deep sapphire ocean blue. It's very pretty, but it's also a little distracting. After the whole debacle between her, myself, and Aunt Shoko, Noreen has been determined to prove her worth. She was the one who suggested that she cook dinner tonight to repay you for the yummy meal I had this morning, to use Noreen's own words, and to prove that I'm more than just a freeloader. That's like out of the ocean blue. Damn, title drop. It's like a 5 a.m. sky before the sunrise is pretty. Yeah. Noreen sounded very earnest about the whole thing, so much so, not even Aunt Shoko could refuse her. Aunt Shoko gave her Noreen full reign of the kitchen, after she'd had her change into some of my old clothes, that is. Noreen spent the last half hour in the kitchen by herself, staunchly refusing any help from myself, Aunt Shoko, and a rather bemused-looking Misuzu. I tried to watch the television in the living room, all the while trying determinedly to ignore the whirring sounds coming from the kitchen, the whoosh of the gas stove, and the clattering of pots and pans. I had a few doubts about Noreen's culinary skills. I mean, she said herself she mostly eats kelp, but I didn't want to be too pessimistic. She sounded so confident when she said she wanted to cook for us. I tried to have faith in her. Noreen's finally finished doing goodness knows what in the kitchen, however, and the end results of her labor are, well. Oh god. Oh no.
Well, now, what are you waiting for, everybody? Don't you want to dig in? I've never actually cooked before, not in a human kitchen, at least, but I put a lot of heart into it. I tried copying some of the dishes I was served for breakfast this morning, and I hope I've done a good job. I really tried my best.
They're not exactly encouraging. Noreen didn't set the kitchen on fire, which is a small plus, but I'm not entirely sure how she managed to burn the rice this badly. Or, well, I think this dark, gritty looking stuff is rice. Oh no. Girl. Oh, girly pop. Peak writing when Noreen says, I am finally out of the ocean. Oh god. It's hard to tell since it's completely blackened. It looks a little like something a volcano would spit out. A particularly mean, angry volcano that's been ready to blow for over a century. It isn't just that this rice looks weird either, it smells weird too. It stinks of charcoal, like something burning. Ew, oh god. And then she out of the ocean all over the place. Water in the fire. Why? God, that brings me back. I hate that's so old now. It's so many years ago. God. Noreen also gives Aunt Shoko miso soup a stab, but is this really miso soup? It's a strange dark brown color, and it looks like there's a fine crust floating around on top of it, like pond scum. Oh god. As for the fried fish, however, well, just forget about it. What does that mean? Like the rice, the stuff has been blackened beyond belief. There's no way this is edible now. Hell, I'm not even sure if this is fish. And what's really strange? And what's the strange lumpy paste on top of it? Don't tell me. I poke the fish with my chopsticks with no small degree of trepidation, then mumble.
Hey, Noreen?
Okay, let me see. Aww. Look how she's so excited. Look, and all of us are just like, bruh.
Yes, what is it, Asuka? I was just wondering, the stuff on this fish, where did you get it?
I would also like to know that. It's, rather pungent.
Oh, that?
What? Oh, dear Lord.
I'm not really sure what it is. I just saw it in the big box with Tums, and I thought I'd like to use it. You have so many different things in that box. It was hard to stop myself from trying it all out. I was spoiled for choice. We don't have this many fun ingredients under the sea, or many ways of storing them, so it was really neat seeing everything in your kitchen. It's no wonder that all the food this morning tasted so good. You have so much to work with. The human world is incredible. You say that.
I poke at the fish with my chopsticks hesitantly. A few bits of it break off, staining my chopsticks black, and I swallow. Surely this can't be safe for human consumption. Well, we gotta flatter her anyways.
But I think your food is the really amazing thing here, Noreen.
I don't mean that as a compliment either. I think I'm being kind of catty, actually, but Noreen must be immune to sarcasm. She simply smiles, her face radiant, as she says,
Really? That's so nice of you to say, Asuka. I wanted to make a meal that you'd never forget.
We certainly won't be forgetting this.
So I hope I was able to make something memorable. Yeah, this is pretty memorable, all right. Indeed. I've never seen food quite like this before. The color is rather curious, and so is the consistency. But perhaps it tastes better than it looks? I don't know if I'd count on that.
I drop my voice to a whisper. I don't want to offend Noreen when she looks so happy and mumble.
It's alright if you don't want it, Misuzu. You can always turn it down. What? But wouldn't that be unfair to Noreen? She did work hard on this.
Oh, there's a choice. No. Hold on. Even so, you should worry about yourself more. Well, maybe we should try a bit. No, girl, you should worry about yourself more. Please. There's not even a question on that. It's like, girl, please just do not die.
I know she did, but this has nothing to do with you. You got roped into this by chance. I don't want you to wind up being caught a casualty. Oh, Asuka.
Misuzu smiles at my concern, albeit a little uneasily, as she examines her so-called meal.
I think you're exaggerating. I doubt this food can be all that bad. It is rather pungent, but I expect that'll be because Noreen was a bit too heavy-handed with all the seasoning.
Oh god, Misuzu.
I doubt she'll have served us anything dangerous, and it would seem so rude to let her hard work go to waste.
I concur. I'll try a bite, although I have a few doubts. You people are brave as fuck. I would not touch that shit. Aunt Shoko sniffs, then pokes at her own food hesitantly, in a rather un-Aunt Shoko-like way. Is it just me, or does this smell fermented?
Fermented? Oh yes, I thought that too, the fish in particular. It is a very curious scent, though it is somewhat familiar. I think I know what this might be. You do?
If Misuzu can identify this charred lump of maybe fish, then she's a better detective than I am. I have no idea what Noreen's whipped up for us, and I'm not so sure I want to know either. They do say that ignorance is bliss. I think I'd be much, much happier off if I gave this food a wide berth. But if Misuzu and Aunt Shoko are going to try it, then...
Alright, I'll, make a start on it. Thanks for the food, Noreen? It's no problem. Using your kitchen was rather fun. And anyway, I should be the one thanking you. You helped me a lot, Asuka. I'm in your debt. Yeah, it's alright. You've done more than enough to repay that debt. I have? Already? Yeah,
I don't want her trying to think of any new ways to quote unquote repay me. Not if she means to do so by making meals like this. My life isn't exactly amazing, but I'm still attached to it. I don't really want to meet my maker so soon. I mean, I'm only 16. I still have a lot left to live for. My sense of self-preservation is telling me to keep far, far away from this food if I know what's good for me, but...
You've done a lot. I couldn't possibly ask for more. I don't want to be greedy, so I'll just eat this and then we'll consider your debt settled. Now, let me dig in. I can't wait to try.
Surely it can't actually be lethal. Who knows? Hastily, I take a piece of charred whatever it is between my chopsticks. Then I part my lips and place the mysterious substance on my tongue. Oh god. A moment passes following my act of bravery. A moment where nobody speaks. Silence descends in the dining room, even deeper and thicker than the snow you get at the top of Mount Fuji in the winter. For a moment, it doesn't taste much of anything. Doreen's cooking might look diabolical, but it's actually surprisingly bland. Maybe eating it won't be such an ordeal after all. That's what I tried to tell myself, naively as it turns out, when... A sudden rush of flavor comes to meet me, making my taste buds tingle. But no, tinkle isn't the right word. Tingling implies a degree of pleasure, but there's nothing pleasurable about this at all. My senses are being blasted. It's like I've just taken a bite into a fusty old sock or a moldy piece of pie crust. Ew. It's so nasty I can feel tears beating in my eyes. The food was so awful, I guess it overwhelmed my delicate maidenly body. In a couple of seconds after putting this food into my mouth, my nervous system must have shut down in an attempt to spare me. That or my taste buds went through necrosis in under a second. I think I'd have an easier time trying to chow down on my grandpa's ashes than this. Holy shit, that's a comparison. They'd probably be more flavorful too. That's so fucked up as a comparison. Holy shit. The food Noreen has served me, if you can even call it that, is rubbery and gritty. Too tough while at the same time having a weird squishy center. The outside is all burned, but the inside doesn't taste cooked at all. It's a combination of tastes and textures unpalatable enough to be called ungodly, and to make matters even worse. Grandpa's ashes, use code Chiro for 10% off your gamer subs. No. Oh god. No.
What the?
Oh my.
Noreen, you didn't cover the fish with natto, did you? I don't really know what I covered it with. I was just taking things from the big box when they caught my eye. But I did see a container full of stringy stuff that looked like fun. It had an interesting texture, so I slathered it all over the fish, then put it in the oven. Does it taste as good as I'd hoped?
Girl.
It smells really strong, so I figure the flavor must be very rich and deep. Rich and deep is right, but this might be a little too rich.
I press a hand against my stomach. It started to grumble like a washing machine on spin cycle, and all my innards feel all twisted up. I'm afraid this piece of fish is going to come straight back up out of my mouth. It's like my body is actively rejecting it. It's doing such a number on me. It might very well be a foreign pathogen, and it kind of feels like it is. I don't want to hurt Noreen's feelings, but
I don't even like natto at the best of times. I especially don't like it when it's smeared all over charred fish, though. Oh.
Noreen exhales, her shoulders slumping. Sadly, she looks at me, then says,
"It isn't any good then? Don't you like it?" Well, I like that you made an effort, but one mouthful was plenty memorable on its own. I don't think I can handle any more of this. Your gratitude is simply too powerful.
Well, that was an experience. Some water and give me 1 more second. Alrighty.
Hey, Misuzu.
Yes? Misuzu glances at me curiously.
What is it, Asuka? Well,
I fiddle with the blue tie-on of my school uniform, suddenly self-conscious. The sun is beginning to set, and I'm only now walking Misuzu back home. We're wandering along the path by the ocean, and I can faintly hear the sigh of the waves in the distance. We both enjoyed dinner at my aunt's home, but maybe enjoyed isn't quite the right word. Not when Noreen's food was the way it was. We ate as much of it as we could, however, to not offend her, which wasn't all that much, but we both tried. After that, we sat about the dinner table chatting, mostly about school and our teachers and how I've been settling in. We chatted for such a long time, in fact, that the sun began to sink beneath the horizon. It wasn't until Misuzu received a curt text from her mother that she realized she was supposed to be back home hours ago. Misuzu scrambled to her feet. Well, I say that, but Misuzu isn't really the scrambling sort. She's too elegant for that. She rose to her feet instead, like a growing sapling, then announced that she would have to depart. My aunt wished her goodbye, and said she was welcome to stop by any time she wanted, and so did Noreen.
Don't be a stranger. Come and see me, alright? Come and see me again, alright? I like talking to lots of different people. I think it'll be fun.
To be honest, though, I'm not sure if Misuzu will want to return again. I think Noreen's attempt at making seared salmon might have scared Misuzu off for life. Even if this inn is a special place to her. I didn't voice my concerns to Noreen, however. I didn't think that would accomplish much of anything beyond upsetting her. In any case, I decided to accompany Misuzu back home. Omonishima might be a small town, but it wouldn't have sat right with me. That is a word. Sat right with me, asking a guest to make her own way back to the gathering gloom. I don't think it's a very hospitable thing to do. Misuzu tried to wave aside my concern, but I remained firm. She eventually conceded to my help, and I guess that's where we are now. I'm walking downhill with Misuzu, the sun setting in the background. I can see the ocean when I turn my head. The rippling waves dyed in red, orange, and pink, in the last vestiges of the sunlight. There's a bit of breeze, and it stirs the trees which line the path, and Misuzu's long dark hair. Since Omonishima is so small, and the inn is built in such a secluded place, it's completely quiet. Yuri time! It is indeed Yuri time! Hello, Azul. Thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. There aren't any other pedestrians passing us by. Not even any health nuts come out for a lake jog. It's just me, Misuzu, and the rolling of the waves in the background. It's nice and calm, unlike Tokyo. It's very peaceful. So why is my heart fluttering?
Maybe it's a little too late to say this, but, well, I thought I should tell you that I'm sorry.
Misuzu comes to a halt at the top of the hill, beneath the shade of a maple tree. She looks at me curiously, one finger resting against her cheek as she says,
"What are you apologizing for, Asuka? I'm afraid I do not understand." You know, I wanted to show you around the inn since it's so important to you, but things wound up being kind of weird instead. My aunt and I got into that argument, and there was that whole thing with Noreen.
I pull a face.
And with her food, too. It probably wasn't the evening you expected.
Well, that much is definitely true. I cannot say that I ever thought I would meet a mermaid. I had always imagined that they were fairy tale creatures. Seeing that such a being lived in your bathtub was rather shocking.
I'll bet. I was pretty shocked when I met Noreen, too. It felt like my whole world had been flipped upside down.
I can relate to that. I feel as though my own perception of reality has shifted. But that is not your fault, and I do not think it is a bad thing either.
You don't?
Not at all. This evening was most peculiar, but it was nice, in a way, to broaden my horizon so thoroughly. I feel as though I have learned an awful lot. My encounter with Miss Noreen has given me a newfound appreciation for the world I live in. It would appear there are many, many more mysteries at the bottom of the ocean than I had ever imagined. Being able to meet her really does feel like a great privilege.
Do you really think so?
Yes, indeed. I feel blessed, and I am sure my grandparents would feel similarly. My grandfather might not be around anymore, but I think he would be delighted if he knew that a real mermaid is now living in the Sakuraso Inn. He always did enjoy collecting curios himself. He would find Miss Noreen most fascinating.
I guess she is pretty fascinating. Though I think that grilled salmon of hers was even more fascinating.
Oh yes, that salmon. It was not the nicest thing I have tasted.
You're being way too kind. It was one of the worst. I have no idea how she was able to screw up so badly when my aunt was with her. In fact, I don't think it's possible to screw up that badly unless you're trying to make a mess of things.
Then do you think she prepared unpalatable food on purpose?
I don't know. I don't think Noreen is a malicious person. But she doesn't seem to know very much about human culture. She's a bit dense.
Well, this is her first time in the world of humans. I doubt she has ever cooked with fire before either. Yeah, fire's a new thing. You can't make fire underwater. I doubt that is something they have much of under the water.
I guess so. Maybe I should cut her some slack. I know she doesn't have any bad intentions, but still.
I scuffed the ground with the tip of my foot, sighing as I do.
I guess I just wanted your evening to be perfect.
Perfect?
Well, yeah, I mean...
Oh. We get a choice! Return. Been really nice to me. I know the inn means a lot to you. I think I'll go with this. Because she cares a lot about it, and I feel like that's more important. I know the inn means a lot to you, so... This is a little corny, but I'm being sincere when I say...
I know that the inn is important to you, so I wanted you to have a good time this evening. I hope that you'd be able to look back on today with a smile. But things got all screwed up. I don't know if you'll be able to think about this fondly anymore, and it feels like it's my fault. Oh, Asuka.
Misuzu exhales. She examines my face for a few minutes, her eyes half-lidded with what I presume is concern. A small smile rises to her lips. Then in a soft voice which mingles with the rolling waves, she says,
You don't need to feel guilty about that. I don't? No. My evening
What the fuck is that conjunction?
Might not have gone like I anticipated, but I still enjoyed myself regardless. Miss Noreen seems like a very nice girl. I would not be opposed to spending more time with her, no matter where she might come from. I think she breathed some fresh air into my grandparents' old inn, actually. The building was empty for far too long, the air was stagnant. But new people are living there now, and the buildings are being used once more.
Homestead of it. Yeah, I know. There are some conjunctions being used that are like, I think we're going a little bit too far.
The evening was unusual, but it was full of laughter. And I think that is what my grandparents would have wanted. Inns are meant to be used, whether it be by humans or mermaids. They're a place for people to stay and to seek shelter. And if Miss Noreen was able to find shelter in my grandparents' inn, then I think it is fulfilling its original purpose. Nothing makes me happier than that. Misuzu.
I examine Misuzu's face, a little taken aback by her comment. I hadn't seen it like that myself, but now she's bringing it up, I guess she does have a point. Inns are supposed to be used by guests. They're safe havens where people can take refuge from the world around them. My aunt might have not been a guest because the inn is her new home, but I won't be staying there indefinitely. I'll be going back to Tokyo when the year is up. I'm a guest myself, and I guess Noreen is too. I don't know how long she'll be staying there, but for as long as she will be there, I'm sure she'll be a cheerful presence which will brighten things up. She's such a good-natured girl, it's hard to feel gloomy around her. I might not be the best guest, but I think Noreen makes up for my shortcomings. She's a lot of fun to be around. When she isn't trying to cook for people, that is. I don't know if even Misuzu would be able to put a positive spin on that. It really was vile. Later that night.
Phew. That really was a busy day. I'm so tired, Tayo.
I mutter this to my ever-faithful sunfish plushie, who, as per usual, says nothing in response. Tayo's predictable like that. He's always there for me when I need him, but he never has very much to say. Sometimes I wish he could respond to my earnest words, but at other times I'm glad he's mute. Right now, I just want somebody to vent to.
I knew my first day at school would be exhausting, but that surpassed all of my expectations. I didn't think I'd make a friend, or that I'd be introducing her to Noreen. Things have gotten pretty wild, don't you think?
Tayo doesn't say anything, but I'd like to think there's a tacit agreement behind his lack of a response. Because Tayo can't talk, I can interpret his silence in whatever way is most convenient for me. That makes him one of the best allies a girl could ever have. Even if I'm talking to him at great length, like I'm prone to doing, does have the unfortunate side effect of making me look insane. Great. Oh well, it's not like there's anybody around who can hear me. Misuzu's already gone home, and Noreen's back in the bathroom. Aunt Shoko, meanwhile, should be in her room. I'm all alone. But no, I'm not. Not really. There's no spot here that's a cliffhanger, so I know the stream is nowhere near ending. I mean, we got 30 minutes still before I try to find an ending spot. I have Misuzu and Noreen, and I also have Tayo. I'm very fortunate.
Things might be kind of crazy, but maybe that's a good thing. My life wasn't very exciting when I lived in Tokyo. I didn't have anybody I could talk to other than you. Now I have 2 whole friends. Oh, but don't worry, you'll always be my best friend, Tayo, so you don't need to fret. I'm not going to replace you anytime soon. But I wonder what tomorrow will hold.
I have no idea, but one thing is certain. Things are going to get a lot more interesting from this point on. Hey, we got to chapter 3. Days spent drifting. Tayoru, let's go. We're dating our fish. The single route. I will now proceed. I know that. I will now proceed to pleasure myself with this fish. Asuka, probably. Oh god. I don't necessarily feel bright when I wake up the following morning, but it sure is early. I had a rough time falling asleep, and then staying asleep, thanks to all the weird stuff that happened yesterday. I feel pretty weary when my alarm goes off. I shut it off, wanting nothing more than to slide back beneath the sheets. But I can't afford to do that. I want to see if what happened last night really happened. Will Noreen be sitting at the table in the living room? I'm determined to find out, and as it transpires... Noreen is there. Indeed there, kneeling at the table. She woke up before I did, and I guess she helped my aunt set the table. She already worked her way through most of her food when I arrived in the living room, bleary-eyed. She pauses only to offer me a perfunctory hello.
Morning, Asuka. I hope you slept well.
Before she turns her attention back to her food. She's still handling her chopsticks a bit awkwardly, but it looks like she's gotten better since last night. I guess I'll call that progress. What is she eating anyway? It looks like pretty standard fare when it comes to breakfast. White rice, miso soup, and... is that flounder? I've only just sat down at the table myself, but Noreen's in the process of picking the bones of her flounder clean, and she's already drunk her miso soup. I know I came into the living room a little late, but geez, I guess she really was hungry. Is it because of her new legs? I don't know much about mermaid magic, but maybe keeping those legs manifested is hungry work.
This has to be one of the best meals I've ever had. Thank you, Miss Asuka's aunt. You're an incredible cook.
Why, thank you. I appreciate the compliment, but you don't need to call me Asuka's aunt.
I don't?
No, my name is Kuonji Shoko. If it's a little easier, you can call me Shoko. Miss Kuonji would probably be more appropriate, given the difference in our ages, but I think it would feel a bit too distant. I don't want to be reminded of how old I am either. Fair.
I don't think you look very old, really.
Wow, Noreen sure is smooth. She like a natural born lady? Why is that your first thought, Asuka?
But all right. Shoko then, thank you so much for your hospitality.
It's quite all right, dear. Don't mention it.
I feel like I've got to mention it, though. You've been so very good to me after all, but I've hardly done anything for you. All I've been doing is eating your food and sleeping in your bathtub. You know, if you were anybody else, that last statement would be kind of alarming.
It would?
Yeah, most people don't sleep in bathtubs. It'd be pretty poor hospitality. In fact, I'm not sure if it'd be downright cruel. Oh, no, you needn't worry about that. You've both been wonderful. Well, I'm glad you think so. Yes, I do. I really am fortunate. How does that human saying go again? Noreen ponders, then says, yes, it feels like I've landed on my feet. I'm glad to hear it. Now, do you want any seconds, Noreen? You polished off your food rather quickly. Are there any seconds up for grabs? Of course, I made a bit too much miso soup. I'm not used to cooking for 3. There's also some extra rice if you want it. Well, it'd be a shame for it to go to waste, so... Can I get a bit more, Shoko? Of course, just leave it to me. My aunt takes Noreen's empty rice bowl, then rises. She retreats to the kitchen, doubtlessly to fill it out. While I observe Noreen. She's wearing some of my old clothes that I gave her last night, but the fit is a bit awkward. I'm a bit shorter than Noreen is, and I'm skinnier, so my clothes are a bit too tight. I couldn't help but notice when she was eating her, or should I say my shirt was riding up her stomach a little. It was kind of distracting, actually. Noreen didn't seem to notice, but she doesn't seem to notice much of anything. She's such an airhead. Airhead calling an airhead an airhead. Midriff gang me rise up. Pot calling the kettle black, really here. Wearing my clothes is much better for her than wearing nothing, but a couple of shells on her chest, but it's still not an ideal solution to this problem. I think I need to have a word with her about it. Hey, Noreen? What is it, Asuka? Is something wrong? Not really, I just thought, if you're going to take a human form more often, maybe I should take you on a shopping trip. A trip?
Noreen's eyes light up just like fireworks in the night sky.
Are you planning to take me somewhere, Asuka? That was the idea, yeah. But we'd just be looking through the local shops. It's not like we'd be going anywhere too far. I don't think it'll all be that exciting, really. It is a pretty small town. But it'd be nice if you had a few outfits you could call your own. Wouldn't you like that?
And if Noreen doesn't, then I would. I don't own all that many clothes to begin with, and if I'm expected to share with Noreen, I'll go through my limited wardrobe even quicker. I don't want to keep wearing the same shirt and denim trousers over and over, like a character from a cartoon. I might not care that much about my appearance, but I do care at least a little bit. Oh yes, I'm happy that you let me borrow your clothes, but being able to wear a nice outfit of my own would be even better. It would be very special. What's this? My aunt enters the living room once again, Noreen's bowl of miso soup in hand. She sets the bowl on the table before Noreen, then says, Have you never worn human clothes before, Noreen?
I've never really had the chance. I lived at the bottom of the ocean all my life, and we don't dress ourselves like you do. All of this fabric would get in the way when we're trying to swim. It isn't very streamlined.
Yes, I suppose that's true. My apologies, I'm not accustomed to having a mermaid about in the house. I don't think anyone is. I fear it will take quite a bit getting used to.
That's alright, you can ask me as many questions as you like. I like talking about myself. Within reason. There's some stuff I really don't want to discuss.
Like the reason she came to Omorishima in the beginning. She's still being cagey about that.
But I like talking about the differences between my world and yours. In some ways, we're very similar, but in others, we're not alike at all. I think your human customs are very interesting, though. I'd love to keep taking part in your society. And of course, I'd love to try on some brand new clothes. I thought you might say that. It's decided. Let's go on a trip this weekend. Does Saturday sound alright to you? Well, it's not like I had any other plans beyond sitting around in your bathtub, that is. I don't have anywhere else to go or anybody else to see. You're one of the only people I know on the surface, Asuka. And you too, Shoko. I'm always free. So if you want to spend your precious time with me, that would really be appreciated. Well, of course I want to spend time with you. Why wouldn't I? It'd be pretty cruddy if I let you languish in the tub on your own. You're supposed to be a guest. Even though I forced myself on you?
Oh, so you know you manipulated me. What the fuck? Don't say that, bro. I low-key just want to say this because I'm curious about what the fucking response is. Like, genuinely, I'm just curious. That sounds like an easy way to say goodbye to a Noreen route. Well, I'm aiming for Poly, okay? I don't know what would put me on a Noreen route or what would put me on Misuzu's route. I also don't know what puts me on a Poly route, but I'm like trying to balance my decisions to see if I can get a Poly route because I know it exists. The Poly ending exists. I must hold. I have two hands. I need to know what this says though. If I don't like the response, I'll change it, but I need to know. It's just, you can't put this answer in front of me, expect me not to be tempted.
So you know you guilted me into this.
I mutter under my breath while Noreen cocks her head.
Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing.
Okay, I'm just being petty. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. If you acknowledge the existence of a Poly route, then you must consider the possibility of a bad ending, where you end up with neither one. I don't think there is a bad ending. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 routes. If I remember correctly. I can look that up.
It doesn't matter how you wound up here. The fact remains that you are here, and I'm the one who offered to let you stay. You are my responsibility, so I need to look out for you. Isn't that right, Ansoko?
Yes, indeed. I can see that Kikuko has raised you well. I'm very gratified you have become such a conscientious young woman, Asuka. I did worry when I first met Noreen that you would not do your due diligence, and you would not look after her as you ought. But I can see that my concerns were for nothing. You are being a very gracious hostess. But more importantly than that, I think you're being a wonderful friend. Aw. Alrighty. Oh yeah, how's the volume been? I feel like I've had it kind of quiet. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Because it's also a little bit quiet on my end. With breakfast finished, it's a lot easier on my stomach than the so-called food Noreen prepared last night. I carry my tray back to the kitchen with Noreen, which Noreen promises to handle the washing up. Oh, it's Stop. Stop. It seems to be pretty good the whole stream. Okay. Then after sliding my shoes off, sliding my shoes on by the veranda, I say goodbye to Noreen and Aunt Choco before setting off. It's a warm, sunny day, which often seems to be the case in Omorishima. The sun is high in the sky, its rays warm on the top of my head, the nape of my neck. I can smell the salt in the air the moment I step outside, a faint tang which is starting to feel familiar. I can hear the distant sounds of the waves as they roll against the beach, and the slightly less distant sound of gulls squawking overhead. If I wasn't already aware of this fact, this morning hammers at home. Omorishima really is nothing like Tokyo. When I left my house back in Tokyo, I was greeted by closely knit buildings with glass windows and concrete. The buildings bit into the skyline like teeth, and the sky was always overshadowed by smog and smoke. I used to live in a pretty nice part of Tokyo, but even then, it has nothing on this. I don't have much of a chance to really appreciate the scenery, however, because I soon run into a familiar figure on the hill which descends down to the beach. It's Misuzu, neatly attired in her school uniform, the pleats of her skirt devoid of even the slightest suggestion of a wrinkle. Did you come all the way here just to meet up with me? I ask Misuzu that, and she responds with a smile. I just wanted to see how long till you know. Oh my god.
I did, yes. I wanted to see you again, after everything that happened last night, you know, with your guest. Is everything alright? Oh, right. I guess it makes sense you'd want to know about that. It is kinda crazy, huh? Just a bit, I confess. I was surprised when I learned about your friend. I've lived in Omorishima all my life, and I have never seen anything like it before. Really?
I guess that's an interesting tidbit of information. I wonder if mermaids were a common sight around here, but maybe not.
Aren't there any stories about merpeople? Well, maybe a few. There are a few local legends, mostly shared by fishermen, of course. But nobody really takes them seriously. They're just stories after all. In all honesty, I have never really thought about it. I'm too busy with school and with my piano practice to dwell too hard on the existence of mermaids. I suppose I always wrote them off myself. Is that not the sensible thing to do? Yeah, I guess you have a point. It's not something I would have considered either. It really is wild. It is indeed. But you say you met Miss Noreen a couple of days ago? Yeah, I found her washed up on the beach, actually. She was lying there on the sand, face down. For a second, I thought she was a corpse that had just walked onto a crime scene. I was freaking out so much, it took me a moment to notice she had a tail. It was kind of a lot. I imagine it would have been. I know not what I would have done were I in your shoes. Well, you're pretty calm and collected, so maybe you'd handle it better than I did? I just freaked out. Oh, you're giving me too much credit. I might appear calm and collected, but I don't believe I'm so very different from you. Internally, I am sure I would have been freaking out just as much as you did. Though, I don't think you did a poor job in caring for Miss Noreen. You don't? No. You were somehow able to get her back home, which would have required no shortage of strength, and you were taking care of her. I think you ought to be proud of yourself. Well, I'm not too sure about that. I think you're just being too nice to me. Not at all. I'm rather fond of you, Asuka, so I would like to help. And I must confess, I am rather curious about Miss Noreen. I've never seen a mermaid before, but I did used to dream of them when I was a young girl. You did? Of course. Don't most children? I found the idea of mermaids fascinating.
PSA, it's important not to bring wild animals in the house unless it's a mermaid. Yes, People, do not bring the wild animals into your homes unless they are half human.
I used to doodle them a lot on my schoolwork, though my mother didn't like it. She scolded me for making a mess and told me not to waste my time about frivolous things. Time thinking about frivolous things.
Oh, strict mother who sucks. Okay, that's great.
She disliked it when I did anything which wasn't strictly related to schoolwork. In fact, she still does.
Misuzu heaves a small sigh, looking rather sorry for herself while my heart goes out to her. I've not met her mother before, but I'm not getting the most favorable impression of Miss Shirogane, especially not when the first thing Misuzu told me when we met was that her mother scolded her for coming home late last night.
Wow, she sounds kind of strict. She is, rather, but I know it's for my own good. She says she only wants the best for me, and I am inclined to believe her, but... Well, I wouldn't mind spending more time with Miss Noreen myself, if only to satiate my own curiosity. If you need my aid with anything, I would be happy to give it. Not that I can make any promises. I am unsure if there is anything I can do, but if there is, I will do it to the best of my abilities. Well, no, you don't need to be so formal about it.
I smiled and nudged Misuzu in the side, a bite gently.
But now that you mention it, there is something you can help with. And what might that be? Well, Noreen's not been in Omorishima for very long, and she's not had a human body for a whole day yet. She came here without any possessions, and she doesn't have any clothes, so I thought I'd take her shopping this weekend to get her something to wear. I don't mind if she wants to wear my old things, but she'd probably feel more comfortable if she had some clothes of her own. That's what Aunt Choco said, at least, and Noreen seemed pretty excited about it. I've never really cared about fashion, though, so I'm not sure I'd be the best person to show her around. And I don't know what the best shops are either. If you could come along, it would be very helpful. If you want to, that is.
I'm not entirely sure what response I'm anticipating. What if Misuzu's busy this weekend, but...
Well, of course I want to help. I'm free this weekend, so I'd be more than happy to aid you. Like I said, I do want to spend more time with Miss Noreen. But more than that, I would like to spend more time with you, Asuka. You do? Of course. I know we might not have known each other for very long, but I would like to try and rectify that.
A polydate, let's go, ayo. Yay! Truly Asuka being like, I have two hands. One for you and one for the other. We got 'em, boys.
You were so kind to me, letting me visit the Sakura So again, that it's the least I can do.
Three-way.
I owe you a debt, which I mean to repay, and more than that, I simply want to spend time with you. Is that not what friends are supposed to do?
Aww. Hi, Noreen.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I can hardly wait.
My first week at school has come to a close, and the weekend is so close I can almost taste it. It's Friday evening now, and I'm not doing anything important, unless sitting in the bathroom dangling my bare feet into the tub while I talk to my mermaid house guest counts. There are other things I could be doing with my time, like helping my aunt with the dishes, or homework, double, but I think I'd rather while away the next hour or so with Noreen. Her company is more diverting than my stupid homework could ever hope to be. Besides, I'm sure it'll be fine. I still have a couple days to get my homework done. I'll finish it up on Sunday for sure. Totally. I got two hands with 2 feet. Oh my god. Stop. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. 2 for 1. Great deal. It is a great deal. My time is already booked for tomorrow, however, with a shopping trip I've been planning with Noreen and Misuzu. I'm not sure how much I'm looking forward to it myself. I have never really cared about shopping, much less clothes shopping, but Noreen seems enthused. She beams up at me, her arms resting against the lip of the bathtub as she says, "I just can't wait for tomorrow, Asuka. It's going to be so much fun." Are you sure? I'm glad Noreen's in such high spirits, but I can't say I quite share the same sentiment. Wow, I struggled real hard to say that. Also, I think is this shirt new? It might be. I know I already told you this, but I don't think there's all that many clothes stores in Omonishima. This island is way too small. I wouldn't get your hopes up if I were you. Oh, that's alright. I don't really care too much about the clothes, even if it will be nice to have a few human outfits of my own. I think it'll be fun looking around Omonishima a bit more. I mean, this is a town. It's a real human town. I've never been to a place like this before. It'll be brand new to me. Not just the stores, but the people and the smells and the sounds and... gosh, everything really. It'll be a blast. And it'll be nice to see Misuzu again. She was really nice. I've been looking forward to spending more time with her. Walking to and from school with her every day must be fun. I wish I could do that. Oh. I look down at Noreen's tail, which is half submerged beneath the water of the bathtub, and frown. She just raised a good point. It's not like Noreen has nothing to do while I'm at school. I loaned her all of my romance manga, and I know she's been helping Aunt Shoko with a few chores. But it must get pretty stifling being shut in here all the time. While I bemoan having to drag my sari behind all the way to school every morning, my daily struggle probably seems like an exciting adventure to Noreen. I can't help but wonder if she's jealous of me. Well, I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I'd like spending all my time in the bathtub either. Right? Noreen beams, her face positively luminous. It's not that I dislike it in here, but I'm getting pretty used to this bathroom by now. And this inn too. It's nice and big, so at least there's a lot to explore, but I feel like I could be doing something more. It's driving me crazy, knowing there's a whole town out there, but I can't see it. I've been looking forward to this trip ever since you suggested it. Well, I'm glad Noreen is so enthused about this. It's nice seeing her smile so much, as if she doesn't have a care in the world. I do wonder, though, just how exciting will a trip to a teeny tiny town like Omorishima really be? Alrighty. I think I found my stopping point, which is right before the trip, of course. Can't end without a cliffhanger. I would like to do longer streams of visual novels, but when they're like this, where I have to voice everything, it's definitely a lot on my throat to do voicing for that long. It's a lot of vocal energy. Don't be mad. At least we'll have a nice fun event to look forward to for next time, but let me do this. Bye-bye. Asuka is going to sneak away with both Noreen and Misuzu at the clothing stores to make out. I mean, what? I mean, if they do, nice. It'll be so comfy. Every episode of this is so comfy. I like considering these episodes. It's interesting to do that. Honestly, I will say, long ago when I wanted to make do content for gaming, I thought about actually just doing long form content on YouTube, like long form content videos instead of stream, but I like doing them as streams. There's something nice about it. And also I get to experience it with you guys live as well, so it's nice. Though at some point maybe I'll do long form content. I'd like to try it. It just means I have to really think about what I say and jokes and things. I have to actually do commentary, which is difficult. I'm definitely not the best commentator. I do try though. I'm definitely better than how I used to be, I think. I definitely at least have more to say. I'm gonna need at least 25 episodes of it. I mean, my plan for this game is to do, what? I'm gonna do all the routes that exist in this game, so yeah, let me see. I don't know how many endings there are. Hold on. Let me see if I can find any information about it. One, two, three. Okay. So there's... Oh, there might be a lot more. Huh. Okay, there might be more endings than I thought. Okay. I'm not gonna actually say anything. It'll be an exciting thing for all of us. I just saw someone mention a number and I was like, oh. But... Stop. Stop. But I think there's a good amount of endings, or at least some endings tied to achievements, so A. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Next stream is going to be... let me check. I believe it's Monday. It'll be God Eater, I know that. Yes, Monday, 10 p.m. God Eater Resurrection. God Eater Monday. I hope you're ready for it. And then the next stream after that will be on the 19th, which will be Vesperia. But yeah. Guess we gotta fit. Azul, why must you do this to me? I wish that was an alliteration. It would be nice if it was, but eh. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will see you guys in the next one, which will actually be, Sunday. More Elden Ring on Sume's channel, so go check it out, okay? If you can. 9 a.m. EDT. I need to start writing EDT on my thing, or just write ET for times. But anyways, that's it. Thank you. Otsushiro. See ya.